Jacob.
I'm Justin.
I'm Cameron.
And that intro went so smoothly. It went so much more smoothly.
That was fantastic.
Than the last time we had a third here.
Or the last
Come
six
on,
times.
bitch.
Oh, the last six
The
episodes.
last 6 episodes.
No, we usually have to redo the intro because I'm just like, he's like, hi, and I'm like,
What am I doing?
and I'm like, oh, hey.
And this is Grindr Tales. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yes, we are joined once again by a third today. This is Cameron. This is a very good friend of mine from way back in college. You know, we met at the Gay Straight Alliance.
We did.
Right there at USM to the top. But there were not enough tops.
There were not.
There were not enough.
There were a bunch of bottoms looking for tops, and then the only tops that we found were the ones we were wearing.
True, and
It's
mine
like
were.
going to fucking Goodwill.
Yeah.
You find
And-
a bunch of great bottoms.
And look.
And all the tops are ugly.
All the tops, look. The thing
Or
was,
fringe.
and unfortunately, the tops that I was wearing at the time were 3 and 4X, but the tops that I could get a hold of, baby, oh look now, I couldn't get a hold of any, so it was 0X.
I was like, before or after they pulled it off?
Right, exactly, before they drove away. Yeah, welcome, Cameron. How are you feeling today?
I'm very excited. I have some very terrible tales for you all.
Oh my god, we love terrible. That's the name of the game here. So, you know, jumping right into it, what was your first experience with Grindr like?
Okay, so Grindr wasn't really out whenever I was in high school. I was in college before I ever used it. Because I had used, like, mutual friends and dated that way.
Have you ever done Craigslist?
I did do Craigslist when I was, like, 18 and stupid.
We're not alone then.
We're not alone yet.
We're not alone.
Good.
And then, like, Plenty of Fish, whenever, like, again, 18 years old.
Yes, Plenty of Fish.
So, Grindr, my first experience with it, my fiancé and I had broken up. It's the one that I had dated in college.
Mm-hmm.
So, we had broken up, and I had never used Grindr, and I'd heard a bunch about it, and I was like, okay, this is a dating app. And I was not told otherwise. So
It was then that he had realized.
Yeah.
He had fucked up.
So I was making a profile, and I got hit up, like, immediately. And I lived back off of 38th Avenue.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, fresh meat territory.
Yes. So, I get this message from this guy, blank profile, that says, "Sup, brah?" B-R-A-H. And I have...
You could have put a U in there. God.
No.
Well, 38...
There's a reason I'm saying A. Because bruh, I say bruh. Or bro, but not brah.
Now, just so you know, 38th Avenue is really close to the frat houses, so, you know, there was a chance.
It is. So, this guy message was like, I was like, not much. I'm literally just getting back into dating, etc. He goes, oh, cool. And then, like, paused for, like, an hour and disappeared. And I was like, okay, whatever. And I clicked my phone off. Well, he messaged me back. He goes, you should come over and suck my dick. So I said, that's not really what I'm looking for. He goes, come on, tell me you don't want this. And then sent me a picture. Now,
Was it one that you would want?
when I'm saying that it looked like this, like fully just out in a pure curve down, like semi-hard, and was a good, easy 10 inches.
Wow.
I was scared. Because my ex was not that size, which is fine. There's no problem with having a guy that's, like, perfect sized. But this guy was way, like, double him.
There is no perfect size.
There is not.
There's no perfect
but
size.
if they're well endowed, I would prefer to have a downward curve than an upward curve, because when I'm on my knees, it goes down the throat easier.
So
this is true.
He goes...
Angles.
So
it's all about it.
He goes...
Math.
I was like, I've never seen one that big. I was like, okay, why not? I'm single. I can do whatever I want. I got one of those wild-ass hairs. So he soon shoots me an address, and I drive over. And I get to this apartment. There's no lights on.
Was this the same dude you fucked with?
No.
So I get there.
No, God,
and
no.
he is splayed out like this. In the living room.
Hot.
Dick out.
Love it.
And just a lamp with shades on.
That's sketchy.
So, I start going down on him, and he goes, aw, I'm not gonna, of course, moan it, but he's moaning, he goes, aw, fuck yeah, give me that pussy head bra.
I would have left.
Well, You would be correct. I stood up, said no, and I left. So I drove home, and I didn't check my phone until I got back. He had texted me after I left. Yeah. And he goes, "Where'd you go? You give head so much better than my wife." So my first experience was not a good one.
Are they ever?
I can't remember my first experience specifically, but I can't imagine it was great. Yeah, no, yeah. You don't have you have to learn a discerning eye with Grindr. That's the thing.
Well,
So, scientific fact, there is a direct correlation to straight guys loving head, just as much as they love pussy. Do you know why?
It's the skin is
the exact same skin tissue.
Oh.
Yeah, the same skin tissue that's in our mouth is in the vaginal canal, as well as our assholes.
That
might be why I talk a lot of shit, yeah.
Leave.
I shan't! I'm a co-host.
I banish you with the power of the Dungeon of Darkness! No,
where am I gonna go? The corner. I'm gonna go in the corner.
Get your ass in the corner. No. Speaking of science, right now there is an epidemic happening, and I'm not talking about COVID. If you guys haven't heard, monkeypox is a big problem. Again, most recently they say that the outbreak happened from 2 raves that occurred in Europe. Which is really disheartening because, like, I've never been to a rave. I want to go to a good rave, and now I'm afraid,
you're going to get monkeypox.
I'm going to get monkeypox. And in case you don't know, monkeypox is just similar to smallpox, except it affects your lymph nodes. They swell up. And then your body breaks out into hives that eventually turn into lesions and pustules. And then it takes about a month, and then if you live, they fall off. So all of that. So
it's like a mixture of smallpox and
leprosy. Yeah, absolutely. So
what do you call it? What do you call a leper in a hot tub?
What?
Stew. Oh my god, that's terrible. That is so wrong.
I don't know why we're friends. Grindr, yeah. No, it was Scruff.
No, we messaged on Grindr originally.
No, we messaged on Scruff originally.
Really?
Yes.
But you know...
Baby, I know. No, it's fine. They all like booze together. But either way, monkeypox is most likely transmitted sexually. So everyone out there on Grindr, check your partner's monkeypox status. If they look all warty, if they look all bumpy, you know what? Don't judge them. Just be like, hey, let's not do this for a month. Let's wait for all of that to fall off because there's not a cure for monkeypox, y'all. There is not a cure. So like, y'all look out.
No, but back on topic.
Yes.
Your first Grindr experience sounds like everybody's first Grindr experience.
Oh, absolutely.
But at least, one differentiation between yours and mine is I got fucked on a park bench.
True.
If you remember the first episode.
I do remember the first episode, yeah. And I was sitting there when I heard that one, because I either listened to them at work, or I listened to them on my way to work, and I almost wrecked my car over that one. Because I just went... He got fucked on a park bench? God damn.
Repeatedly.
And I'm just sitting there going...
a metal spine.
Yeah. I'm just sitting there going... And, my first experience, I left. Excellent. Perfect.
I went back!
Oh, my... See, I would...
Did I tell you when he asked me if I wanted to do water sports?
On the park bench?
Okay, so... segueing into...
I was going to say sequel, sequel
right,
here.
Yeah. Segueing into the first episode, I did not tell the entire story.
Y'all, you were getting the exclusive right here, right now.
So, the third time that we had met up, we fucked in the front seat of his Buick. Oh, God.
A new Buick or an old Buick?
Oh, God. Was it a Buick? Oh, God.
A Lincoln?
It was a Lincoln.
Oh, not a Lincoln.
You know when they used to have those, dark, maroon velvet bench seats?
Yes.
Yeah. He fucked me in the driver's seat of that. Was it great at the time? Yes.
What am I doing here?
Your work. Get back on the clock. So we finish up. I'm sitting in the passenger seat. cum dripping into my underwear.
Living your own episode of Euphoria.
Right.
Now streaming on HBO Max.
So he looks over me and he's like, and this shows my naivety.
Naivete, yeah.
Thank you. I'm not so great with words.
He's good with his mouth, but not for words.
So he looks over at me and he's like, do you want to do water sports? And my dumbass is thinking like, oh, maybe he wants to fuck in the res. And I'm like, I don't have a swimsuit.
Bitch, I'm dead.
So wait, are we going tubing or not?
Wait, it gets better. He's like, yeah, you got a good point. And I was like, all right, I'm ready to go home. So he brings me home. I sneak back into my window and I Google it. This was the last time I ever saw that motherfucking man. I said, if you ever message me, if you ever ask anybody to do some shit like that again, I will find you. He's like, you Googled it, didn't you? I said, I fucking Googled it.
Which, now that you're older, you don't have a problem with water sports, do you?
You know, I've never tried it.
But you're not opposed to it.
No, much like drugs, I'd do anything
Call
else.
him back. Look, find him, call him back. It's time for you to make up for lost time, now with your husband.
Yeah, that's the deciding factor in this. I don't think he'd be okay with that. This time I have my own bathtub.
You have your own bathtub. You have a bed instead of a cement bench.
And I'm sure you have a swimsuit now.
You have a swimsuit. You don't have to.
I don't necessarily have to. You
don't have the crushed velvet of the interior of a 1979 Lincoln
lacrosse,
some shit. Yeah, or whatever. Yeah, Continental.
Yes, it was a Continental.
It was nice. It
God.
was spacious enough to fuck because it was a Continental, baby. Look, those Continentals. I tell you what, they look like good enough for a president to get assassinated in. Okay,
I'm dead.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Also, sidebar, you mentioned Plenty of Fish. In the episode that got deleted that we never released, we talked briefly about Plenty of Fish. And I made the statement that Plenty of Fish is just like Great Value Tinder. Because all the people on there are like Great Value versions of people that you would see on Tinder.
You're correct. So if while we were eating today, I told you about Cody, he who may die.
Yes. Yes.
I'm listening.
So for the listeners, I kill
Feed
Cody.
this Hate Goblin.
Yeah,
Hate Goblin is back.
Yeah.
So I kill Cody every time I mention him a different way because he fucking deserves it. Because he dated my now best friend for a month before breaking up with me.
Tell the story.
I will not give his name for reasons because he's in jail for human trafficking.
Whisper it in my ear so I can Google it.
No thanks.
Damn.
You won't find him.
Fuck.
All right.
No one will ever find him.
I will totally pull up a picture because I do have his Facebook.
That's what I was going to do.
Okay. So I'm gonna look this up. So
because I need material to.
I met Cody off of Plenty of Fish.
So
yes, he is the traffickers are using Plenty of Fish. Oh my god!
Well, he wasn't a trafficker when I dated him.
Well, I'm glad that you made it out alive.
I don't know.
Me too.
I don't know how to follow up human trafficking. Well, I'm glad you're safe.
Right,
right.
That's even the Hate Goblin has limits and morals. Yeah.
Those skewed.
Also, sidebar while Cameron is looking, human trafficking, this is an important story. Always check people's IDs if you work in the service industry, because when I was working at a specific restaurant, one Easter Sunday of all times, these two ladies walked in. One of them looked about 17, one of them looked about 25. Showed us two IDs. The one that looked 18.
He's from South Carolina.
I'm sorry, did you say he was cute?
I mean, he used to be.
Anyway, the one that looked 18, long story short, her birthday on her ID said she was born in 1986.
Love that.
So, big red flag. Whenever we refused to serve them at one table, they were like, let's just move to another table and get a different server. And then the other server was like, this is a big red flag. Held them there, got the police involved. Turns out that girl was about to be human trafficked. They had a missing persons report out on her in fucking Chicago.
Yeah,
so anyway, check IDs. Watch out for guys named Cody. Cody's, if you're out there, we are suspicious.
So his first name is not Cody. His first name is Chris. And I won't date anyone with the name Chris anymore because it's like a fucking red flag for me.
Heard. Well, this is awkward.
Yeah, I've got 2 Chris's.
Yeah.
Oh God.
You'll live.
I don't care.
He'll live. But yeah, you'll never know what you're gonna find on the internet. You know, that was the Grindr alternative.
Back in the day.
It's
very dead.
I was gonna say, does anybody use that
Well,
anymore?
so actually, that wasn't the original precursor to Grindr. It started with AdamForAdam.com.
I remember Adam for Adam. I never used it.
And Manhunt.
I remember Manhunt.
Mm-hmm. Manhunt was for the more discerning older gentlemen. Not old, but like a little bit older, like 30s, 40s. And then Adam for Adam was for the very young, so 18 to 29.
Yeah, I was on Manhunt because I was looking for a sugar daddy because I didn't want to pay bills. Still fucking don't.
Still don't. Yeah, don't.
That I can tell you that probably didn't work out well.
No, it didn't.
So actually,
get some good dick from it though.
Fair enough. To get the sugar daddies was I don't know if it's still active, was houseboy.com. And
I'm scared of that.
You should be. I will tell you right now that I probably, and neither one of you, endorse houseboys as a jib. Because it's not.
As a what?
As a job. Because I have never, with one exception, two exceptions, I've never been in a good experience with that. I did that when I was younger. And I actually ended up in 2 extremely bad situations because of it. And luckily, I have a good head on my shoulders and I have a charisma to kind of get myself out of some stuff. So
if you're a twink out there and you're listening and you're young and you're pretty,
don't be
go
stupid.
get a job.
Go get a job. Just go get a real job.
Like, look.
Be a stripper.
Look, I'll tell you right now. I didn't always look like this. I used to be a stripper. I worked in New Orleans. I made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Also, all 3 of us are attractive. Start an OnlyFans. If you're of age, go ahead, start an OnlyFans. Twitter is real.
Do it from
Be
your
like
house.
that lady that sells her, like the
Her
Japanese lady.
farts. Oh.
There's one that's specific, right?
Match made on Grindr, bitch.
Yes.
Fart fetish.
Fart fetish, if you're out there listening.
There's a woman for you.
There's a woman for you. You can buy her farts and sniff them.
I have been following Fart Sniffer this whole time, and it's so great.
He evolves.
And I know.
Very
I look forward to each episode because
You want to hear an update?
I want the
about farts?
updates.
Yeah.
I'm just like, how's this gonna keep going on?
I really want to meet him. I just want to know what he looks like.
Well,
'Cause
the
I'm
picture,
fucking
the
sick of
torso pic that was on his profile looked really nice, but I still wouldn't want to shit in his mouth.
You know, granted, I've seen a lot of nice torso pics online, and then catfish, and I ain't talking about from pins either, because either way it goes, it's still bad.
Ooh, oh well, yeah, I prefer their chicken at pens, but whatever. Let me find. Speaking of loose goose profiles, once again, we can't show. So this is one I sent Justin a couple of days ago.
Okay.
So we have Make Money, 37. Definitely giving.
Meet me in my mother's basement.
Meet me in my mother's basement, like Bob Ross, but not comforting at all, and
That's a
you
shame.
know, with an eating problem. You know,
What's wrong with eating problems?
I'm talking about an overeating problem.
Like,
I mean,
that's entire family size
I was gonna
Stouffer's
say-
mac and cheese.
I was gonna say, like,
you've
that's
never met
like.
my husband because
I was gonna say that's like that right there is like my upbringing, where you know it was a family of 4 and they made enough for everyone to have fifths if they needed at every dinner. So yeah, the description is trying to make money to get stuff.
Okay.
What stuff? Or into the stuff?
Trying to make money to get stuff. That's all he's gonna say.
So
It's clearly not cocaine.
the tags are discreet, chill, reliable, friends, cooking,
Clearly.
reading, outgoing, and the ill-fated dog person.
person.
This again.
Not dog person.
So is he a werewolf? Is
Is that similar to bird person?
Oof.
Have you seen Rick and Morty?
I have.
So you know Bird
I
Person.
do.
Okay.
I do. I think it's like the German guys overseas that have like the actual leather pups that are actually out walking them on leashes.
Oh.
Have you seen those?
No, but I feel like that'd be really hot.
It's oddly semi-hot. I don't find it hot.
Like,
but
I shouldn't say hot because it's erotic.
It's not my cup of tea personally, but I have sent it to people that do have that fetish, and they're like, "Oh my god, I would kill to be like this."
We've got a guest coming up who's all about the pup world. So
Germany
is so sex positive.
It's
weird.
It is. Now, just to finish up here, I don't know what kind of stuff he's trying to buy. I don't know why he's asking for money. I didn't take a screenshot of this, but he was back on his profile later on. So this is like an introduction and an update. But last time I saw this profile, same pic, but this time his profile name was Hi, and his description was looking for friends.
No, my favorite ones are there was this guy. Apparently he was his profile name was Need Help. I'm getting to it. So he messages me. He's like, "Hey, I mean, this dude, I would say is ugly as sin, but some sins are beautiful."
True.
This one was nuts. This one was nuts. So he messages me. He's like, "Hey," I was like, "Hey, what's up?" He's like, "Oh, nothing. Just stuck at UMMC." I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that." He's like, "Do you think you could give me like $20 for gas?" I said, "Well, unfortunately, it looks like you're still gonna be stuck at UMMC."
Right. Bitch, like. First of all, with gas prices like they are, you're not going to get a lot of gas for $20.
This was like a couple months ago when we had originally started the podcast. And he was like, I need help. And I'm like, you're still going to need it because I'm not.
Yeah.
What do I look like?
Right, like, because, like, the minute that, like, you show up with that $20.
I'm getting mugged.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Or eaten.
And not in the way that we want to get eaten.
So bring on the second story.
Well, actually, not a second story. This is actually like a current update. So,
we're active on the scene right now on our local Grindr with Cameron.
Recording live.
I
said recording.
This is not the early 2000s.
We didn't rehorse that. Oof. Bringing that one.
So,
back. I'm a whole big horse.
On my profile, and like both of us were talking about earlier, I've actually lost 125 pounds.
Good for you!
Since I started.
On Grindr?
Well, not on Grindr.
Oh, I was like, damn, is it a weight loss app now, too?
God, Jesus.
Well, you do be running from the mill.
Cardio. Well, yeah.
You do be running. So, I have it stated like that, I've lost 100 pounds. This is something I'm very proud about. You should lead off with something that you're proud about. Like, some people, it's like, oh, I got a fucking 12-inch dick. Mine's like, nah, fam, I have willpower to lose weight.
Yes. I have willpower to live. I should put that in there.
Current update goes as follows. This guy's username is Chill Dude. He is not overly far away from us. He says, "Hey," and I always lead with "howdy," which scares everyone away, so I don't have to carry on a conversation. He has said, "How are you? You lost lots of weight. Congrats. Hope you didn't lose all those cakes."
First of all, how insensitive. Second of all, as someone that has also lost a ton of weight, why do you think I talk about my flapjacks, baby? Look, the thing is, my ass has never been huge to begin with, but it used to be full of fat pockets, and now all the fat's gone, and it's just, they're there.
It's okay.
And they are what they are. It's okay.
You know what? Everybody likes pancakes.
I was gonna say that. Why do you think IHOP is still fucking open? You certainly
Not
don't want
fucking food.
You certainly don't want a waffle back there. Let me tell you. You certainly don't want a waffle back there.
No, sweet Jesus, no.
There are some people on the apps that do post they put their butts on there, and it does look like a waffle.
I'm more scared of the ones that they post their butts and it looks like very crispy bacon.
This is also true.
Not the crispy bacon.
No, like very crispy bacon.
Don't ruin something else for me.
Please don't ruin this for me.
So, all right. No, you tell us a story. Like, tell us something. Give us an update.
Yeah.
So, more recently, it really hasn't been anything too terribly crazy. It's been just mostly me being too tired or too invested in video games to, like, play with some guys. Now, there is one guy that is very close by, and when I say very close by, I mean, he lives right downstairs.
Oh, dear.
I'm listening.
He is, 10 inches, not putting that in my butt. We've already established that. That's
Wait, is it the guy we talked about the other night?
That was a good tongue pop.
It really was.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes. Maybe. Probably.
Wait. Stood you up the other night or no?
No. He did not stand me up.
Well,
no.
you said 10 inches. So
yes, he did. Yes, he did stand me up. I got stood up by 3 consecutive guys.
How do you get stood up by somebody who lives beneath you?
I canceled plans. He's got a girlfriend. So,
that doesn't stop the dudes from fucking they got wives.
So, anyway.
Remember, the mouth, same material.
Right, exactly. Same material. Material girl. Anyway, so...
and this is a material world.
This is a material world. So I, actually, he hit me up while I was rolling silverware at one job just a couple of days ago. This was the day that you actually didn't work a double. So I was like, hey, he was like, what you doing? And I was like, I'm rolling silverware. I'm between jobs right now. And he's like, how much time will you have? And I was like, I don't have to be at my other job till 4. And he's like, okay. And I was like, I don't think we'll have time to do anything. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm very, I've got to get my shower. I got to do if I'm anything, I'm punctual. So...
And punctual.
Puncturable indeed. So I drop you off. I come back over here. I hop in the shower. I let him know when I get home. Haven't heard anything. I'm like, he's probably already nutted by now. Whatever. So I get out of the shower and he's messaged me and he was like, what you doing? And I was like, just got out of the shower. Do you think we have time? Mind you, this is 30 minutes before I have to be at work. I'm like, there's no fucking way. He's probably going to cancel anyway. So I'm in the process of getting dressed and everything. And he's like, I'm at your door. And I was like, all right, well, let's do it. This is brag. I think this is brag worthy. I got him in here, got it done. I checked my phone whenever he closed the door. 7 minutes. All it took. 7 fucking minutes.
A brag for you, but not for him.
Not for him. I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know. I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
if you're truly good, and you're getting them out the door and cycled through in 10 minutes, regardless of how long they usually last, I think I would take that as a high compliment. Because that means that he finds Jacob attractive as well, and that Jacob is very good at what he does.
This is true.
You are very good at what you do.
This is true. So, it was funny, though, because, he, once again, he's my neighbor. So, he opens the door, and he doesn't open it all the way. He goes, closes it, turns around and is like, you don't think anybody's going to see me? And I was like, you mean the blind man that lives downstairs? No, he'll be fine. He's like, okay. So, like, looks again and, like,
bolt.
He, like, closes the door as quietly as he can. He's just like, and just, like,
Hey, get over here for drugs. You never know.
Exactly. I don't want nobody thinking I'm selling drugs out this house. I'm only selling pussy. Pussy and dick. That's all I'm selling.
Are you really selling it? You wouldn't be working 2 jobs if you were, babe.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not making the figures I want yet, but you have to build a customer base before you start charging money, okay? That's what I'm doing.
As one that has actually done that as a job very long ago, no, you don't.
Okay.
No, you don't.
All right.
You really don't.
You just have to be able to market yourself right.
Heard. Well,
go. Kim Petras.
I was gonna say, well,
there you go. Ad campaign right there.
Kim
Slot
Petras.
Bop.
Slot Bop, indeed. No, I was gonna say, I forgot what I was gonna say.
So, I really want to, like, because your stories are so, they are out there.
I told you.
And, I'm not originally from this state, not weirdly enough,
Oddly
enough, I'm
Okay,
here.
Unfortunate, I'm sorry. So sorry.
I'm from New Orleans.
Okay.
Katrina. Yeah, the first time a woman's ever wrecked my life.
Not mine.
Me either.
But it wasn't.
I'm in therapy for a reason.
Just remember, y'all, Katrina...
I will never
Katrina.
like a bitch named Katrina. I'm like, get away from me.
No.
There's an inspector for work that has that name, and when she comes around, we literally make the joke, "Up the hurricane's coming."
Love it. Okay, so next story, because I'm fascinated.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a micro continuation of the first one, and then I'm gonna go into the most recent crazy one.
Okay.
So, I got invited, continuing on with the one from earlier.
Yeah.
So years pass, and I don't hear from Bra again,
Bra.
who is what he was saved as in my phone, because I knew don't answer that. He's fucking nuts.
R2D2 stream.
Yeah. So what he's referring to, my phone has two text tones. One is R2D2 beeps. The other one is R2D2 scream when he gets shot out of something. Wah! Those are the ones I don't answer because I'm not going to ruin my life. No matter how good it was.
Now we know what Tom's going to be saying. My name is saved right there.
Correct.
So
he said, don't ruin my life.
I got invited by this guy that I like really had a crush on back in the college town that we're from. And I get over there, and that guy's there. But Bra is there too.
No!
And he goes, what's up, pussyhead? And I walked out the door. I just left.
Pussyhead!
Not pussyhead.
Not
So I was
pussyhead.
done. I was like...
How to lose a guy in 10 seconds.
So,
Literally.
the most recent one. So, you've never spoken to me on Grindr. What you have. I am very polite as a person.
Yeah.
That does not mean, like, out...
But I think this was after we were already friends.
Yeah.
So
even beforehand, like, if you message me on Grindr, you can look through my messages. I'm very polite.
He's mean to me on Grindr.
Oh, why?
Yeah, he had a stomach virus one time, and I messaged him. I think I was like,
Let me come destroy that
let
hole.
me come destroy that hole.
And I was like, well, the stomach bug already got you. Beat you to it.
So I'm very polite. So usually I'm one of the ones that, like, if you give me a sob story that I can tell is true, I'll help you. So I've been talking to this guy for a couple of months. Very platonic, very polite, never ever hit sexual. Because for me, I need way more of a connection for sexual than I do for, like, just go and hook up. I do go and hook up occasionally, but not super often.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very polite. So this guy messaged me, and we've been talking for months, and he goes, do you think you can do me a favor? I said, sure, what's up? He goes, my car broke down.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way you could come give me a ride home? I said, okay, well, where do you live? And he told me, and he's like maybe 3 blocks behind me. Total. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty close. Where are you stuck at? He goes, well, I'm stuck in the park over here on the coast, which is a 6-minute drive for me. So super close. So total drive time there to his house and home would be under 30 minutes. Yeah, I'm playing Lego Star Wars. Let's do it. Also, yeah, that's fun.
Also, I recently beat it. It was a lot of fun.
It was fun, wasn't it? I am upset because the AI has updated, and now the TIE fighters can kamikaze you.
Oh no!
Oh, yes.
Oh no!
So,
That's what I call it when I come in a dude.
The kamikaze?
Yep.
Oof.
Do you also make the TIE Fighter noise?
Nope, just R2D2 noise.
So I was like, okay, I'll be there in like 7 or 8 minutes. I'll come pick you up. So I get there, and he's standing on the side of the road, and he goes, yeah, I just got off work, and my car exploded, and I just had a really bad day. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, give me the address, and I'll take you home. He gets in the car, and important to the story is I use scented car air fresheners in my car. I prefer strong wood and pine smells because they match my natural scent. So I get out of
the woods.
I have like everybody has a natural scent that like that complements them. Mine is like trees. Like nature really works well with me. So like sandalwood, that my cologne that's like custom made has sandalwood in it.
Oh, nice.
His name on Grindr is Poison Ivy. So.
So he gets in the car, and all I smell is the pine scent. So I'm cool. He doesn't smell bad. He goes, and I'm driving down the road, and he grabs my. First thing he does is he takes his shorts off after I'm on the highway,
Like just nude.
down to the ankles, and he grabs my hand because I'm used to driving a stick shift. So he goes and grabs my hand around his dick and balls.
That's a different way of driving stick. So
Yeah. So I'm in shock, and I'm trying to drive it. It is. I live like in a very busy town, so it is very heavy traffic on the coast. So the whole time he's kind of jerking himself off, and he's like, "Oh, you like that?" And I'm like, "Hmm." So I'm following my GPS, and the whole time he's telling me how terrible his life has been. Because people open up to me very easily, and that's
How
fine.
can
That is not something I would do.
I
getting a hand
know!
job.
well, like
It killed the mood for me. Like, my mood was already killed because, like, you don't go about it like that.
That's
No.
like saying, hey, by the way, I have anal herpes while you're fucking a dude.
Yeah.
So,
Or like the dude in the hotel that I called you about that night. He's like, yeah, I'm going through a divorce right now, and I just really needed this. I don't care.
So, I get to this address that he sent me, and about the time that he does, he goes, "You know what would really make me feel better right now is if like somebody that was cute gave me head."
Was he about to follow that up with, "Hey, wait, you're cute"?
He never followed it up. So, the address that he sent me was not a house. It was a nature trail.
Oh no.
I'm so glad you're still alive because you're gonna get killed.
Oh, I can defend myself very easily. So, I was like, what the fuck ever. If I blow this dude really fast, I
Throw him in
can
the
get
woods.
rid of him.
I wouldn't have done it. I would have just like thrown him out of the car and
Well-
been like, have a nice day.
I was in shock, and I do not make smart decisions when I'm in shock. So, I start to, like, I kneel down in front of him, and he takes his shorts off. Now, I'm no longer in the car, which means that air freshener isn't there.
So really quick, can I bring
not
back?
acrid and earthy.
I was just about to say, bring back a term from episode 4.
So, acrid is not the correct... Earthy is not the correct term. Earthy would have been acceptable. This scent could have went back in time and is the reason the dinosaurs are dead.
Cue the cup. Cue the cup. Cue the cup.
Sorry, dinosaurs.
So,
this man.
Dick stench.
At the same time, this is important,
This is them screaming because their mouth is permanently stuck open in their dick
Right.
because they're going. "Ah!" Like-
That's why all of their mouths are open. Now, y'all have discussed before, and we all know that, because I'm versed, if you're going to bottom, there are certain preparations that you have to make.
Plenty of preps.
So,
Plenty, yeah.
I did not prepare because going into this, there was zero chance for me of doing anything. So, 2 things happened. Number 1, he bent over me and tried to shove his finger up my ass.
No.
Shit on him like I did on my ex.
And number 2, he put his crotch into my face. And 2 things simultaneously occurred. His hand jerked back, and I threw up.
That's hot.
Like, and like, yes, it's gross of me to say, I literally threw up on this guy's dick because the scent was that awful.
How long did it take to get that scent out of your mouth and nose?
It haunts me to this day.
Did you have facial hair at this point?
Barely. I went and shaved.
You're like, nope.
No chance. So I got mad. And when Jacob seen me mad only once in all the years that he's known me, and I literally looked at this stupid motherfucker and said, "What's your fucking actual address? Get in the car."
You let him get back in the car with a dusty dick?
I wasn't sucking it. He was going home. So the
You
whole
would've stayed
time.
in the woods.
So he gets in the car. I'm not going to abandon somebody in the woods.
You're alive.
Oh, I would
I know.
have. I was going to say.
Same.
I know,
Clearly, he spent too much time with me.
So I get him in the passenger seat, and I don't say another word to him. It's silence. It's like the episode with you when you were driving the guy back. Pure silence. And I get him, and he goes, "I had a really nice time tonight." And he went to try and kiss me, and I was like Mike Tyson dodging and weaving, and I was like, "No, get out."
I would have thrown a hand in that bitch.
I have thrown up on him again.
So he gets out of the car, and I forgot to block him. He messages me after, so I go to bed at 11 o'clock sharp.
You know the importance of blocking.
I know.
You know the importance.
I know.
Dodging and weaving.
And there's some that I auto block, like the one I told you about earlier, the
Yes.
old man. You're gonna puke.
Get the bucket.
Get the bucket. So he ended up texting me on Grindr, and he goes, "Hey, can you do me a quick favor?" And I was like, "No." He goes, "I left something in your car.
Oh no.
And it's important." I was like, and so I thought, "Oh, he left his keys. Fuck." Now I feel a little bit bad. I was like, "Okay, what is it?" He goes, "It's a little small bag with little red race cars on it." I said, "You brought fucking drugs into my car after my profile explicitly says, no drugs at all. Because I'm an ex-drug addict, I've recovered, I'm very proud of myself with this, but I don't want it around me. What you do not around me, cool, you do you if you're safe. But I don't want it around me." So I got mad and I was like, "No, they're my drugs now. I'll do with them what I want."
Yes.
So I never found the baggie. I hunted for it.
It's probably on the side of the road, but
It's probably on the side of the road where he got into the car.
Mm-hmm.
Or I puked on it.
Hot.
So, yeah. Now, all my friends have told me you're not allowed to pick up random people that need help.
I second this opinion.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big soft-hearted person. I don't want to help people, but I keep getting myself into dumbass situations. So, yeah. I just threw away that pine-scented air freshener because it finally died. Now it smells like cookies. Which is another problem because now I'm hungry all the time because all I smell is cookies.
So, on that note, let's go bake some fresh cookies and we'll be right back after a short break.
Absolutely.
Wow, those cookies were so delicious. I can't believe that I ate so many of those cookies with that very special ingredient.
And I got insulted and asked if I lost all my cakes. You know, it's... I guess I gotta eat more cookies and, gain more cakes, apparently.
You know, I've heard...
I've never had that issue.
I've heard that... Shut the fuck up. Anyway, I've heard that the easiest way is to eat cornbread and turnip greens.
Well, that's unfortunate because I eat neither. I don't eat cornbread at all. And growing up here...
Southerner.
I know! It's so weird because I was raised here and I won't eat cornbread at all. I don't like the consistency.
Because
I don't eat...
makes it.
I don't eat that. I don't eat beans. At all. I don't eat tomatoes.
What a responsible bottom.
You ate hummus.
I did eat hummus, but it's so blended with olive oil that it's smooth.
And it'll come out smooth, too.
Yeah.
So if anybody out there local is listening, he ain't bottoming tonight. He is not bottoming tonight.
That is true.
Unshark my fart. Willow.
God.
How did we get here?
I don't know.
How did we
Either
get here?
Satan or God has blessed each other with the other one's presence.
So, creepy old men, Cameron.
Oh boy.
Cameron.
I knew this story was coming.
We were sitting at lunch, late lunch.
We were.
And, you regaled me with this story, and you said his word usage, and I was like, oh, he probably said something super racist or something. And it was not that bad, but it was still
not
very bad.
it was not racist at all, which is honestly what I kind of expect.
Yes.
A little bit.
Yes.
Is because a lot of the older, not all of them, but a lot of the older gay community is must be white. No blacks, no Asians, no femmes.
Don't forget no fats.
No fat. I hate that.
Because what if I was 4 out of the 5?
No, don't get me wrong.
You're a virgin.
So, me personally, I like redheads. I like uncut guys. But if you happen, no matter what your skin tone is, you're accepted, period. There is no reason to be fucking racist in today's society. That's fucking stupid, honestly.
Anybody can hit it, baby.
Absolutely.
Anybody can hit it.
Not anybody.
Well, I have a discerning eye.
I was gonna say, I'm saying any demographic can hit it. Not just anybody, but any demographic.
I'm not gonna lie, I might be a little bit ageist.
Okay.
Because of this story right here. So, I was on Grindr about 2 months ago. Mm-hmm. And this guy messaged me, and he's the oldest gentleman to ever message me on Grindr.
Mm-hmm.
He was 82 years old.
I'm surprised he knows how to use fucking Grindr.
And
Thank you!
What I said at lunch was, so his nurse was using the app for him.
And that's what I thought at first too, until his wordage came into play. Mm-hmm. And he was generally polite and respectful at first. And he said, "Hey there, young man. And I hate that. That is the biggest turnoff ever for me, is someone going, "Hey there, young man." Or, what was the other one?
Young whippersnapper?
Young whippersnapper. Which nobody really uses.
I just hear Carol Channing saying it. "Hey there, young man."
So,
We're lovely bunch of coconuts.
he goes, "Hey there, young man.
Raspberry.
Would you let an old man slither into your hole?"
No!
I have never.
Not my chamber of secrets!
Yes.
I have never hit the
Yes.
block button so fast, because I don't block people. I kind of force them to block me, because it's effort. And I put effort into things that are going to bear fruit, and blocking people doesn't bear a lot of fruit. It brings me peace of mind, and that's about it.
I've had to block the same dude on Grindr and Scruff 7 times.
I remember from the previous episodes, there's one that I have blocked every time he's popped up, and he keeps coming after me.
Jeremiah. I bet it's Jeremiah. Ain't it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh dear.
It's gonna be Jeremiah. You're here. You're in this area now. He's been in the
God
Hattiesburg
can't
area
help
too.
you.
Forgive me, Father. I need help.
No, that's not how we say it. Sorry, Daddy, I've been bad.
Spank me. So yeah, oldest guy that I've ever had messaged me, and like I try to be very polite and very respectful, and like not happening. I just can't. Like, was he going to tie his dick to like a stick and like keep it up like that? Like, what is going to happen here?
It's like, do y'all remember in Cracker Barrel, right? They used to have those little toys that were like the weasels that were just attached to a ball.
Yeah.
Is he gonna attach a ball?
Do you remember the sprinklers where
Bitch, I love
the
it.
octopus sprinkler where you took the hose and plug in?
Yes. Yes. Is that how he's gonna slither in?
So yeah.
Just be like, "I'm a Ravenclaw, sir." No, you don't know the password to get into this common room.
Don't get me wrong, like, not all my experiences with, like, older gentlemen have been bad. This is far before college. I originally, when I left, when I was kicked out of my house for being gay, I first moved to Hattiesburg because that was the gay mecca of the South at the time. So I had met a lot of people up there, one of which is named Shane. He's the reason why I even went to college. Mm-hmm. He has been there every step of the way encouraging me.
I love that.
And like, he and his partner have been together for years now. I love them to death. I'm very happy that they got together.
Shout out.
Yes, absolute shout out.
Where are they from?
So they live up in Washington now.
Okay.
Not
the Shane that I know that scares me.
Probably not. This Shane is honestly like, could easily be one of those pillar of the community type of gays.
Yeah. Oh, gay elders, yeah.
But he's not an elder. He's like my age. But
well, elder as in a role model.
Oh, absolutely. He is something to aspire to be. Absolutely. So when
I'm not.
Whenever
that's why I'm taking you in. That's why I lured you here with Reese's Pieces.
Ooh, a piece of candy.
Ooh, a piece of candy.
Ooh, a piece of candy.
A little bit extra crunch.
Mm-hmm.
So when I first moved up, I was 18, or I was 17 at the time. I turned 18 very quickly. I had a sugar daddy, but it was non-sexual.
Those are the best ones.
So
really are.
He legitimately, I did not know this until much later. So I would literally come over and we would literally sit down just how we kind of are right now. He would sit on one chair, I would sit another, and we would literally just sit and talk. That's all he wanted, and he would pay me $300 every time I came over.
I'd be there daily.
Yeah.
Well, not daily, but it was like a once a week thing. Well, I just stopped hearing back from him. I didn't know he was actually a terminal AIDS.
Aww.
So he had died, and he had never hit me up sexually, and he actually had stipulated as well. He had a letter delivered with me with $1,000, and he was just like, "You have been absolutely kind to me through everything, and it truly made the end of my life better." And I was like, "Oh fuck, this is terrible."
I've cried.
Oh, I squalled. I'm tenderhearted. So I don't have it to be mean like you. You are literally telling a story about breaking it off with people when I first got here.
It wasn't breaking it off. It was a friends with benefits situation that the dude wanted to turn into a dating situation.
You legitimately
Moniker, Hate Goblin.
You are the Hate Goblin, and this was something that was in the deleted episode, I think, where you took that guy that you basically suggested that you go to a very expensive restaurant and then you left him there.
Yeah.
And he paid for everything.
We'll get to that story.
Wait, did you pay for everything or did he?
No, we'll get to that in a minute.
He's the Hate Goblin.
Bitch, I just had something.
Finish your story.
Sweet jeez, that actually was the end of that story.
Oh, cool.
It's like it threatened me. I'm like, but it's
that
over.
wasn't a threat.
Actually, girls.
I just had something like that happen to me where I went out on a legitimate date with someone and they racked up $160 bill on me and left. They were like, I'm going to the restroom really quick, and they dipped. So I was stuck with a $160 bill, and I'm just sitting there going, I was gonna pay for it anyways, but you didn't have to be an ass about it.
So cute. Nice.
Okay.
So, meet this dude on Grindr. Very, very heavy set. Which I don't have issues with bigger dudes, but this, and not fat shaming by any means at all. So don't come for me in the comments. Just come on me in the comments.
But he didn't carry it very well, and he didn't care about his appearance.
He really didn't. So we meet up. We go out. This, that, and the other. Dude's wearing sweatpants and just very, very unkempt.
Not sweatpants.
Hold on. So, I'm dressed cute because I'm like, okay, whatever. And he's like, do you want to go out to eat? And I'm like, yeah, why not? So. This was years ago, back when a very prominent seafood restaurant was open in Ridgeland.
Mm-hmm.
So, very disheveled, not very kept, didn't keep well to himself, did not take care of himself whatsoever. And so, I worked at this restaurant. So, this dude was driving a minivan. So I'm like, let's go to somewhere I know people, so if I go missing, they know.
Was it a nice minivan?
No.
Oh.
No, it was one of those ones that the people travel to Dr. Nazwardian in the back of the minivan. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. So he's like, where do you want to
Did
go?
you really need to eat those carbs? Did you really need to eat that seafood?
So he's like, do you want to go to dinner? And I'm like, yeah, why not? I'm like, free food, fuck yes. So he's like, where do you want to go? I was like, we can go to this particular restaurant in the area. And he's like, yeah, that sounds great, blah, blah, blah. So we go. And I hate the sound of people eating in general. I have very, very, very sensitive hearing. It's horrid. So we go, and I'm just watching this dude just inhale food. And I'm just sitting there trying to be dainty. I'm just like eating my food, whatever. And he's like, do you want the dessert? And I'm like, yeah, why not? No big deal. So we get dessert. I get about 3 bites into it. And it's gone. So I just look at him. I'm like, hey, I'm going to run to the restroom real quick. And one of my coworkers is like, where are you going? I said, the fuck home. She's like, I'm surprised it took this long. I just lost a bet.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I need to.
So I was well fed, wined and dined, and then dashed. So I go out, get in my 1997 Nissan Maxima, where the door was like fucking caved in. It was bad. You had to slam the door to close it. And I just bolt out of there. I get a text message. He's like, are you okay? I said, yeah, I'm fine. He's like, where'd you go? I said, home.
Oh my god.
He said, you left me here? I said, yeah, I couldn't do it anymore. He's like, so you let me feed you? And this, that, and a third, and you just left? I said, yeah. Yeah. I did. He said, you're an asshole. I said, I'm aware. He's like, you weren't attracted to me at all, were you? I said, no.
And thus the Hate Goblin was born. Problematic, right?
Not anymore.
I mean, as long as you've learned from the situation, like...
And you will never do it again.
I learned tactfulness from the situation. If a guy invites me out to dinner, I will go.
And just so you know,
and then politely tell him after he's paid the bill that I wasn't interested.
You know, after that, I was like, well, maybe like there's like maybe like this was like a learning experience for him, and after that, like he cleaned up his act and everything. Like,
and then I showed him a picture.
And then he showed me a picture, and nothing has changed. So
that bears the question. That bears the question on it. Like even with being tactful,
am I nice about it?
No. Are you specifically just leading them on?
Also,
feeding them on is what I like to call it.
Also, like his pictures were not. He kind of catfished you, right? Like that's kind of how you got into the situation in the first place.
That's the difference. So if you have been catfished, all bets are off.
I mean, at that point, karma's a bitch. You know what I mean? Like,
I get it. I get it. We all use filters. We all use stuff like that. I actually don't.
No, I just use portrait mode. I just use portrait mode.
I don't.
Portrait mode's my friend.
Look,
I don't do shit.
Like, I'm gonna pull it up right now. Like, boom. Like, when you pull my camera up, the first thing it goes to is photo mode. And that's it. And usually, and I'll even show you. Usually, other than like the wedding pictures that I took today, I'm taking pictures of my cat. Like,
and that's all good and well.
Oh, by the way,
everybody loves a pussy pic.
Oh no, by the way, that is Sibby the Goblin.
I like him.
So you were catfish, is what you're saying?
Yes, it was just a face pic, and I'm like, okay, dude's got a fuller face. And then I get there, it was all full. It was all full and then awful.
Okay, see, now I no longer think you're an asshole. Because, like, I was kind of,
I have to remind myself that we did just meet that opinion will change.
Well, the thing is, the fact that you were catfished... Because, like, we had a really good conversation before, like, we started recording today. Because we were getting along... I was like...
And then I told that story without context.
And I'm just
like, we're not friends anymore.
I was just like, oh, fuck.
I told you.
And then I'm like, oh, okay. No, you were catfished. All bets are off. Don't catfish people, folks. Like...
We had a whole episode about that.
We had a whole episode. And honestly, if you're catfishing doesn't pay unless you're the person getting catfished, in which case you can convince someone to spend a bunch of fucking money at a seafood restaurant on you.
PSA from probably the nicest person in the room. Don't catfish people. If you ask for a meal, I'll still go to the Burger King and pick you up something. Shit.
No, if you're going to catfish me, I'm making it worth my while.
Oh, no, I'm saying I would feed them. Like, don't catfish me just to get a meal. Like, shit.
No, I didn't catfish him to get a meal.
No, I know that.
But
he catfished you.
No, even if a guy hits me up online and I'm not really attracted to or into it, and he invites me out to dinner, I'm still fucking going.
Well, you were invited at that point.
My food is expensive. I spend roughly, on protein a week, around $180. That's just my proteins.
Justin is like a zoo lion. They bring in They bring in truckfuls of cattle. Not even they don't even cut it up into steaks. It's just like the dead cat, like the stuff that Rocky was punching.
Like the third scene in fucking Jurassic Park when they just drop
the cow in. Yeah, like
see that's me with
full piranha mode.
That's like me with shrimp. I found out that there is over in California. There's this ecologically based shrimp farm that produces 500 pounds a day, and I would eat it all. Just shovel the shrimp into my mouth, I will be okay.
That's the only kind of shrimp we like shoveling into our mouths.
Sometimes I like sucking on a flaccid dick. It's fun.
We're not talking about flaccid, baby. We're talking about that old man that catfished me that one time. That was like this.
Catfish. That looked like a bad portrait of Leslie Jordan.
Yeah, the one that's like, I'm in here.
I had
dude had a sex dungeon and everything, and you remember?
Yes, I've heard about this, and the whole time that I was driving up here, I was going, man, I really hope Leslie Jordan don't message me.
Honestly, you'll be able to spot him. He looks like a great value version of like if Johnny Depp and
when I heard
Gary
that at
Oldman,
work,
and he was a Gary Oldman.
I heard that at work because I listen to the podcast while I'm in the mornings at work while I'm setting everything up while I can still hear. And when I heard that, I stopped and I paused and I was trying to catch my breath because I was like dry laughing. It's great.
Better than dry heaving.
God, yes. Better, much better than dry heaving.
I'm just saying. Like, catfishing is so rampant up here.
It kind of is. Well, and
it's not even fried.
Well, we got a lot of catfish and we got a lot of deal guys up here. So,
it's Mississippi.
We had a whole 2-ass episodes about that shit.
Yeah. Well, I think it's the state as a whole better because like it's a little bit better down on the coast. It's a little bit better in Hattiesburg, and there's one.
Well, on the coast, methods don't care.
No, they don't. They're just like
coast trash is just coast trash.
Just walking around like that little girl from fucking Finding Nemo. I'm a piranha.
Well, about the teeth.
Right. They're gumming their top lip. Yeah. Speaking of giving gum, y'all. I don't actually have a story. I was just.
I was like, you took your dentures out.
That's how I got it done in 7 minutes. Okay, you take them dentures out.
They gotta worry about the click clacks.
I have had someone message me on Grindr before and tell me that I would receive the best gumming of my life.
You too, yeah.
It was not sexy.
Well, how could it be? How could it be?
The last thing I want to do is be over at a dude's house, he sneezed, his teeth hit me in the face. I can make those jokes. My husband has a bottom denture.
No. I'm right there with you, though.
You have a bottom denture?
No.
Oh.
I probably need one, but...
No, you're fine. You can still get it.
I'm ready. I was about to say, I'm ready to get that corporate insurance.
Yes.
So I can get the full redo.
Go to Mexico. It's $500. There's a doctor in Mexico that
go to Tijuana. Yeah, just like
go to Tijuana, get really drunk.
Yes, eat the worm.
And possibly die.
I'm not seeing a downside here. I'm just not.
Tell me you're a millennial without telling me you're a millennial. Let me drink this poisonous alcohol with this poisonous worm. I could die, but I could live. It could be a great time.
We've survived after putting plenty of poisonous worms in our mouths.
Fun fact. So tequila comes with a worm. My best friend is allergic to tequila. Like, fully allergic. He will die. And he's survived being shot multiple times. He's survived everything else that could possibly happen to a human being. But tequila is going to be what kills him.
Fermented cactus juice kills guys.
I love him. And, like, he literally will tell me all the time, like, if we'll go out to eat for, like, Taco Tuesday, and he's just like, well, we ain't getting tequila. Just remember. I was like, okay. And he'll
try a sip of this margarita.
He'll come over and eat. And he'll like, did you cook this in tequila? And I was like,
who the fuck cooks with tequila?
I mean, I have. I didn't know that he was allergic, so we haven't had a mishap. So
tequila lime shrimp.
It's more of a joke.
Good.
Fucking shrimp.
So, do we have any more Grindr Tales for this episode?
I don't personally know.
I don't either.
Let me think just for a second, because again, I've been all over the world. I have experienced some wild ass shit. Let's see here.
I believe in you.
In the meantime, hit like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button if you're watching this on YouTube so that you can know every time Grindr Tales comes out with a brand new episode.
Facts.
I get hit up. This will be my final story for the night. I get hit up, and I was telling Jacob, I am in bed by 11. I am an old person when it comes to sleep. I need all of it. So if you message me past a certain time, I will not respond to you. But on the times whenever my insomnia is truly bad, I'll be up, and I'll just kind of randomly talk to people, because I'm not really...
They're awake, I'm awake.
Yeah, like... I'm never really on Grindr just to hook up with people. Usually it's more like, it's either habitual and I'm just like, I'm used to pressing the button, or I'm just wanting to talk to somebody. And like, sometimes I'll message on Facebook. Sometimes I'll just hit up on Grindr because it's someone new. And I do like that new, like the new concept.
Fresh meat.
Oh, yeah. So this guy messages me and he goes, so would you like to come over? And I was like, and he sends me a picture of his body. And it is 10-star, like... Write the Yelp review on it good. Perfect body, fantastic dick, perfect ass, great face.
Until you got there.
So I was like, okay, I'll go. Because like he sent me 3 pictures of him. And
surely this can't be fake.
Well, I told you that I was going to have a lot of sketchy stories.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. So he sends me his address, and it's out in the middle of the woods. So I get there.
White people die.
Now, this house is lit.
Okay.
There's a floodlight on the house facing the road. So you can see the entire walkway, thank God, there. Because there's a small, they've built, little small bridges over, the ditches. So I'm able to walk, and I don't have to skip merrily through. So, I would. Because I'm dumb, I'll skip right through. So, I get up there, and I was like, hey, I'm here. Because I always message before I knock on the door, because you can have bad things happen if you just knock. He could have lived with his mom. I don't know.
I met a dude's husband that way.
Oof.
Ooh.
We dated for 7 months prior.
Ooh.
His husband was lovely.
Anyway,
I bet that situation ended badly.
So you're walking up
I'm walking
to the
up.
cabin in the woods.
Yeah, right.
Don't forget
The trailer in the woods, actually.
The trailer in the
Not
woods.
Criminal Minds.
So it wasn't just a trailer. They had built a roof over the trailer, which was smart.
You mean a carport?
Basically, but
Yeah.
they built a roof over the trailer, so that means that the trailer roofs, which are not made most of the time,
of course.
they have a full tin roof over that bitch. But that also means that there's no cell service in there, and that was worrisome because I lived in a house like that. 10 block cell signals. So I get
That's also to protect the Necronomicon from God's holy light.
So I open the door. He texts me, he's like, just come on in. Drop your pants when you get in the door and just walk in. We'll have some fun.
Okay.
So he gets there, and this is the only time I have been to a glory hole. But I was not aware that this would be the situation going into this.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were just going to fool around. So I come in, and there's a glory hole. And this house, so I'm into macabre stuff. This dude has, skeletons and, animals that are taxidermy, which, it's the South, that happens. But there's a mannequin in the corner.
Not a mannequin.
I would have left.
No,
I would have left.
Well, I didn't notice until my dick was in his mouth.
That's why we don't look around the space
So-
the glory hole's in.
Well, there was porn playing on a TV nearby, and I was focused on that to try and get off, because it was just one of those. It was one of those rare nights where I'm just trying to get off really quick. So he's going down, and he's very good at it. Very good. Again, 10 stars.
You don't know that was him behind there, though. It could have
We're
been.
getting to that.
Oh, God.
Oh,
God,
boy,
oh,
howdy,
God,
you are
oh,
good
God,
at this
oh,
game!
God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God.
Well,
Don't go into the basement!
I get off.
What you didn't notice was that the mannequin was, slowly, edging towards you the whole time. It was, behind. Anyway, keep going.
Gives me Silent Hill vibes.
Keep going.
You're
No.
so good at this game.
What?
So, I get off.
Y'all, I did
And-
not know that we were going to have a haunted story. Okay, keep going, keep going.
The guy behind the sheet goes, thanks for the milkshake. So I already got off, and I was turned off instantly, so I went from I didn't say hard for a while, I just went, done. Done with it. So I turn
You're
around.
done.
I turn around to go get my clothes, and I'm wearing only socks. And the mannequin has stood up. And he goes, it's the guy from the Grindr account. And he goes, thanks for fucking that little boy's pussy.
Was it an actual little boy?
No, it was a guy. It was his husband. So I found that out later because I, of course, messaged everyone to find out what the fuck this shit was about. Well, remember how I said he had a 10 out of 10 body, 10 out of 10 face?
Mm-hmm.
That was 15 years ago. And everything was 3 inches lower.
Balls included.
Yes, and everybody loves a good set of hanging balls, but not that
I
low.
was going to say, low
But-
hangers aren't
Not
bad.
me,
But no, chest, again, fully ripped. Chest, 3 inches down. Belly, 3 inches down. The thigh fat, 10 inches down.
The cheekbones 10
inches down. He
Well,
looked
like a
like
fucking
someone
birthday
had
party.
deflated a tire. So, I
Michelin Man
left.
can't help that.
I left, and he goes, so you're going to come service my boy every week. And I was like, no. Like, literally all writing this. No, you scary mannequin. So yeah, I have ended up in some really sketchy situations because I'm dumb. And I have luckily, as I've gotten older, gotten a little bit smarter. Thank God.
That's good.
Thank God, right?
I think that might be the scariest story we've ever heard on Grindr Tales thus far.
Scary stories to tell on the chair.
Yes.
Oh, well, I have one that is a little bit scarier, but for a different reason. So I actually ended up,
Is this going to require a trigger warning?
Trigger warning, folks. Drug use.
Okay.
So, again, when I was dumber, I didn't really have standards, so I would just kind of hook up with people. We all have whore phase.
I mean, also,
I'm
like,
still in mine,
sometimes...
and I'm married.
I was going to say, sometimes, like, you know, sometimes you need that post-nut clarity to make you realize,
Listen,
wow, I was
as
really
Melania
dumb.
once said it, any hole is a goal.
So, there's this really cute guy, like, you saw one of my exes and was just like, This one was legitimately, like, by normal gay standards was cute. Like, we're talking, like, the very skinny twink that's usually not into me. So he's
yeah,
like...
you said twink and you lost me.
So he was like, I want you to come over and fuck me. And again, I was really dumb at this point. I was like, okay. So I get over there, and when I get there, I didn't realize when I pulled up, I just pulled up to this house, it looked kind of normal, and it ended up being a legitimate crack house. And I walked past somebody and I thought she was asleep. And like I get back to this room and I kid you not, a rat ran across the floor.
And I ran out the door.
And he got really fucking possessive and crazy, and he was blocking the door after I got in there, because I was like, when I got in there, I realized that, like, I didn't want to be there. I was like, dude, I want to leave. Like, I'm not comfortable anymore, I want to go. And he, like, blocked the door, he says, no, you're gonna fucking fill my hole. I need this right now, like, just fuck me. Just use me like a toy. So I won't do it, and I threw open his window and I jumped out.
You threw up in his window?
No. I threw open the window and I jumped out.
He pulled a cowardly lion.
I like legitimately how you just did the dive. I didn't do the dive pose, but I legitimately was like, I threw myself through it. And I ran to my car, and the whole time is, get back here, you slut! As he's yelling this out the window with the elderly lady that lives next to him just looking like this. Yes, that looked right there!
Do it for the camera, do it for the camera.
So yeah, luckily I've gotten a little bit smarter, and I'm not as stupid as I used to be, because young me was really fucking dumb. And luckily I'm a little bit more discerning now, and yeah, don't go to crack houses. Like, it's not going to end well.
It's not Maxwell House, it's Crack House.
It is. Look, you know what I would have done?
At my street.
You know what I would have done in that situation? I would have gotten clever. I would have been like, all right, you want me to fill your hole? Get on that bed and get in doggy. Get in doggy. And then whenever he was like this, I slammed the door and like just like bolt.
He was leaned up against the door like this with a truly the perfect curve. It set perfect curve.
You know, they say crack pipes have the perfect curve.
Or you could have, you know, my older brother, and this
How
could
hard
be,
is it to throw around a crackhead?
This could be wrong.
I mean, I could have ragdolled him, but I mean, I'm not a violent person.
You could have just punched it. No, what you could have done, my brother taught me this. There's a nerve right above someone's butt crack. If you punch them hard enough in that nerve, they'll shit themselves. Perfect distraction, just bah! Like while he's like, you know, bent back, just bah! And just like
Fill your hole with that,
right,
sir.
fill your hole with that. And then like as he's like deflating from all of the shit leaving
learned
his body.
something new.
I don't know if it's true or not. You know, my brother
Bend over.
Oh dear! I was like,
Let's test it. Come here.
That's a whole new term to fist fucking.
And on that note, Cameron, how does it feel for your first time on Grindr Tales?
Oh, this has been fantastic. I love getting to tell stories, and boy, I hope I delivered some good ones for y'all.
I think that you.
I'm haunted.
I was gonna
I'm
say
haunted.
we're all haunted now. You delivered a cursed item, and none of us will ever be the same after that. But you know what? It's in a good way. You know.
Do you know what the worst part is?
What?
These are not the worst tales or the stupidest tales that I have.
So I think we'll have you back for Halloween.
Oh God! If there's a Halloween episode, I have
Why
one.
wouldn't there be a Halloween
I was
I
gonna say, why
have
wouldn't there
an
be?
episode involving a mask.
For mouse?
So with that, we are going to close this chapter. This chapter of Grindr Tales. Thank you all for stopping in once again. We'll see you next week. Bye! Thanks for tuning in to Grindr Tales, hosted by Jacob and Justin. Original theme song by Jacob. If you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, go ahead and rate, review, and subscribe. We promise not to be as pushy as some of the dudes in our inbox. If you're on YouTube, subscribe and hit that notification bell, like the video, and leave a comment. Even if it is nasty, oh, we're used to it by now. Share Grindr Tales with everyone you know, but your mom. Unless she's cool. Follow us on Instagram at GrinderTales_podcast, or join the Grindr Tales Facebook group to share your own dating app blunders. If you have a question, want to be on the show, or just want to tell us how much you love us, send an email with your name and preferred pronouns to grindertales@gmail.com. Unsolicited nudes are not a requirement or a preference, but if you're feeling frisky, shoot your shot. See you next time, only on Grindr Tales.